Hey, I'm Hendrik Booz, and I'm the TOK's team lead for both the seniors and the juniors. And this is just a quick video to tell you exactly what your seniors can expect from their senior year in TOK. So let's get into it. All right, so you're probably a little bit familiar with TOK already. We realized that, come March 13th, everything kind of shut down, so they didn't get as much of the discussion that, previous students had. But TOK is primarily focused on three elements of the core. That's TOK, obviously, theory of knowledge, creativity, activity, and service, where they use their mind, their body, and to some degree their soul or their ideas about community. And then their extended essay, where they have a supervisor outside of one of the TOK teachers. So what is the focus of TOK? Well, you can see this model, the circle on the right. The knower is at the center. Then we have the ways of knowing: imagination, emotion, intuition, reason, faith, sense, perception, memory, where we know things through language, but how does language how is it affected by emotion? And so those are the ways in which we kind of evaluate to some degree the psychology of being a human or the human sciences. But it could also be about the history of language, how certain terms evolve. And so those are the areas of knowledge that we then move from the ways of knowing to ethics, history, math, the arts, natural sciences, human sciences, religious knowledge systems, and indigenous knowledge systems. The primary focus of class is inquiry and discussion, and we really think about how we know and not that we know or what we know. Facts aren't as important as kind of evaluating how or analyzing how we think or how we understand those facts. Again, the knowers at the center, then the ways of knowing and the areas of knowledge. We also deal with CAS, and CAS asks students to engage in the mind, creativity, the body, activity, and service, the community, and offer 150 hours total, 50 in each of those areas. The main tasks, though, are their written and oral reflections, where they write about, think about how they're dealing with the learning outcomes, strength and growth, collaborative skills, initiative and planning, etc. And so those could very well be kind of like mini college essays. And we highly advocate that your students actually take a look at their college essays that they're going to write to come up with those ideas. It's all run through ManageBack, which is a program we pay for, and you can ask your students to see that. What's the extended essay? Well, that's a 4,000 word essay that has 3 reflections through TOK and their supervisor's supervision. Their first due date is on Thursday, the 17th of December, or sorry, September. And so if you're looking at this on back to school night, that is tomorrow. Who are the teachers? Well, there's me, Mr. Hendrik Booz. I teach English, HL2 Lit. Miss Delacorna, who teaches, in addition to TOK, teaches math. Mr. Brian Kane, who teaches Latin. Miss Martha Noon, who teaches creative writing. And SL Lit 2, and Dr. Mary Calvert Whitrock, who teaches French. We're available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the office hours, as you can see on the screen. And they can access that through Schoology. What are we doing during the senior year? Well, some of us are going to be doing history, natural sciences, and then human sciences. Others are going to focus more on maybe history and natural sciences with a couple lessons about human sciences. We're not as concerned with the content here as we are with the TOK essay. And you can see under skills focus and assessments, our main focus this year is the TOK essay, because that is 2/3 of the IB grade. Our main way in which we talk about this is discussion. We do a lot of breakout rooms and obviously the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra platform. And we really do ask the kids to think about their own ideas rather than didactically telling them what to think. How are we grading from Fairfax County? Well, the TOK essay is worth 40%. They're going to hand a little bit in September, a little bit in October, a little bit in November. They're going to compile all that with hopefully some revision in December for kind of a final grade. And then we'll give them an opportunity to work on that past this semester if they so choose, so that their grade from IB may actually rise. Their presentation is something they did during their junior year, and you can see those grades in CIS. If they so choose to recreate, they cannot present the same thing, redo an entire presentation, they're able to do so, and that's worth 20%. Participation, which is really how they're engaging in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Are they here every class? Are they filling out the exit tickets? Are they talking every week or 2 weeks? Is worth 20%. And then CAS and EE are meant to be a boost. So they either earn an A or they're meeting their deadlines, which are available through these links and through ManageBack, and they can show you those, or they don't earn anything at all. So for instance, if a kid does not meet the deadlines, they're not going to earn an F or anything like that, but they won't earn an A. And so the other 10% or maybe even 20% will be absorbed in the other 3 areas: the essay, the presentation, the participation grade. Our primary focus this year is the essay, partially because of time, but also because it's 2/3 of the IB grade and 40% of the Fairfax County grade. So we heavily focus on those prescribed titles. Obviously, we also want to engage in discussion and participation, where we're asking kids to do some breakout rooms, kind of small group work, as it were, and then obviously the larger class. Presentation is not our focus, that's junior year work. So if they like to redo that, that's something they can do on their own, and they'll tell us that in September. Our additional focuses are check-ins for CAS and check-ins for the EE. The prescribed titles are no joke. They are really, really difficult, and they are, almost philosophical essays. We'll just take a look at the first one because we have maybe already even looked at that in all of our classes. And that is, accepting knowledge claims always involves an element of trust. Discuss this claim with references to 2 areas of knowledge. There's already a thesis there, that is, that accepting knowledge claims always involves an element of trust. The counter argument would be never involves an element of trust, or rarely, and they would have to figure out how trust works in historical facts, in journalism, in art, in the natural sciences, with peer-reviewed journals, etc. And we are asking them to come up with their own examples and not use examples that we give them. There are resources here, our syllabus, our calendar, and the overall outline of core requirements. I'm just going to hit the calendar really quickly to show you we have something for them, and everything is hyperlinked because we live in this digital age. And so you can see there's kind of a legend, as it were, right here. They have due dates listed in yellow. So the extended essay is their first due date, and that's on the 17th. That's not for a grade in our class unless they meet the requirements, in which case they can earn that grade. They're supposed to revise their CAS project, and their first essay portion, which is a grade in our class, is on the 28th, and you can see there are various due dates listed in yellow. So we try to keep the kids on task there. So shutting that back down, we'll go over to here. Hopefully this video was short enough that you watched it, and if you need anything, you can reach out to us. Thank you very much.